Hello, SNA Assassinators. This is this is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the AEW Dynamite review video. Don't mind him, like he's not supposed to be in here, but but this is the SNA podcast for the AEW Dynamite review video on. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. This is the AEW Dynamite review video, and what a very fantastic go-home show for the Wednesday night show, days before AEW All Out. And let me know in the comment section right down below what's your thoughts on tonight's Dynamite for those who watch. And yeah, but I would say they did a super tremendous job, like making things personal, making things interesting, and making things interesting, and making some other storylines like something that you do not want to miss. And I hope I will watch it this Saturday, because due to, I'll say, financial reasons, I'm not sure if I will get a chance to watch the pay-per-view this Saturday, but yeah, just keep your fingers crossed. But we're gonna get onto the video, and yeah, we got two very great matches that I really want to talk about, maybe three. That's where we got but before we get into that, we got also at the end of the show, we got something psychotic happen, but we're gonna get into that in just a moment. Like I said, this is where we got it was Daniel Garcia came out to the ring because he didn't want to waste no time. This is where he's like no talking, just action. And I want Maxwell Jacob Freeman in this ring right here, right now. This is where the MJF was not exactly backstage to go out there through Gorilla and onto the stage, rather than him being in attendance as a fan and live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And yeah, and I forgot to tell you that, and I apologize. I need to start being more accurate when it comes to what city they were in. But it's where MJF was saying yeah, the reason why I'm up here is because I don't want to ruin our big match this coming Saturday while I whoop your rear end this weekend. And he's like, not that I wouldn't take. Even though and not because I don't want any pleasure of doing that, but it's just that I just don't want no excuses made. When I beat that, when I paint the canvas with your own blood, and then break your pencil neck that you have right there. And that's where then Daniel Garcia's yeah, that's not going to be happening. Trust me, fans. He's just exaggerating. That's where fans, they all knew it. That's why they were booing him. All around the arena, that when he's sitting down into the second highest row of the seats, and the audience in the stands is where he's and again, unlike you, I don't and also, unlike you, I do not attack people from behind like a coward would do. And that's where then Daniel Garcia is you're pushing it now. This where then MJF was and again, I damn sure do not do it with all due respect, is in a emaciated, skin-headed hook when that looked like it's on that's on Ozempic. That's what he said. That's where fans we gotta admit that was cold, but that does not fit the description of our favorite young superstar here that we'd like to see him get his revenge. Is where Daniel Garcia was from the start of your tan, that makeup at your face to cover up your acne that you truly have on your face. MJF's you really think I have some very bad acne that I just break out with a bubble full of zits? Absolutely no. I prevent that from even happening in the first place. That's why I put this makeup on, because it prevents the acne. Because if I take this off, it's not going to have the acne, because it was shielding it from this whole time. And this was and then you gotta try to get trick somebody to getting a hair transplant that didn't even successfully work. That's where MJF was what did you just say about my hair? And this is where he started getting angry now, with what's his name, Daniel Garcia, then started playing his game, mind games of playing the game of insults, and see who's gonna win that and who breaks. And I believe Anthony Khan told him no physicality, or else the match will be canceled, like he always does to those that are in a heated rivalry, if that makes sense, of course. But that's where this is where then we got Daniel Garcia's like, but this is where he continues saying like but the thing is like the thing makes makes you feel like that makes me sick about you is your fake love that you bring, like what you have you give to this company, most specifically AEW, and this is where then Daniel Garcia is like, let me tell you, like you don't care about this place the way I care about it, and this is where I was thinking about like this reminds me of much more of the line that Hangman Adam Page said to that guy that used to wrestle there that's now in the other company that's from Chicago, which is the same city they're going to be for All Out. But this is where Daniel Garcia thinks, like, you don't care about this place, right? Like, right, and Max, like, you don't like these people the way I like these people, okay? Max, this is where fans like, yeah, we damn sure that we know that he does. This is where Daniel, he's like, so you can keep making these fake ass tattoos about how much you love this place, like, and then you have it right in the paint of the back of your leg, which wherever you want, like, which is a bad place to put it. By the way, we will never believe your lies. And this is where MJF then continues, like and this is where then MJF then added saying, like, I'm gonna give you a fair warning. I'm gonna make you bleed. Like, I'm gonna make you bleed in buckets. And this is where then Daniel Garcia's like, I know, like, you need to shut up and listen to me for once. And he's like, okay. And this is where the fans are like, yeah, tell it, Dan. And this is where Daniel Garcia was like, I warned you, like, last week, like, I was obsessed with ruining your life. Like, and I meant every single word that came out of my mouth. Like, I want you to suffer. Like, and I want the people that love you, whatever people that love you, I want them to suffer too. When they watch me beat all the blood out of your body or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's very harsh. Like even though like he's your worst enemy, like I'm not sure if you should do all that. But this is where we got. But this is where then Daniel Garcia is like, but here's the thing, like, if you ever find a month that's pretend to take care of you that's longer than a year, like maybe and then this is what I was thinking, like maybe Alicia Tout, like that's the fiance of the Salt of the Earth. But that's a different video for a different day, right? And this is where the fans are like, whoa, and this is where then Daniel Garcia, I want you to marry her, and I want you to get you a house with her, and I want you to have a kid with her. Like, but every time you pick up that ugly ass baby that y'all gonna hybrid, like you, and this where it's like, I want you to look at it. It's like, whoa, like you just went that far. And this where it's like, you're gonna be feeling the tingle on your neck, like all the way down to your toes, and you're gonna be thinking about me, like and like the guy that paralyzed you to the point that you'll never ever compete in this ring or any other ring ever again, or something like that. It's where then he's like you. And then your kid's gonna be asking, like, Daddy, were you a wrestler? I said Daniel Garcia when he gonna tell a story what might happen, like if Daniel Garcia does get his hands on the Salt of the Earth, where it's like, and then you, and this is what he said, like, and you're gonna respond to your child saying, like, I was a wrestler, but like that until like Daniel Garcia ended my career. Like, and exactly it will be indeed at September 7th, 2024. But this is where the MJF's like you think you're real smart, huh? Like Danny, like trying to pick the wrong man to pick on. This is where then Daniel Garcia's like, oh, like, is that so? And this is where then MJF was like, yeah, actually, I applaud to you what you are saying. This is where Daniel Garcia is like, I don't know why he's applauding, but okay. This is where he shrugged his shoulders. This is where then MJF. This is where he's like, wow, I'm impressed. Like anybody heard what he said? Like, Daniel finally know how to speak. Like a guy that was horrible on the promo before. Like, I would never thought he would get it, but my word, like he actually impressed me with his work. And this is where he's like, and this is where he's like, but I hate to break it to you, Danny, kid. And he's like, yeah, you got a whole lot more to learn before you can get in the big leagues. Brother, and this is where it's like you got a lot of things to do, like, and you do not realize that when I crossed you that match against Ospreay, like, and dumped you right onto that bogus head of yours, like I was trying to do you a solid favor. And this is where then Daniel Garcia is like, oh, is that true? And this is where me and even my nephew was like like that doesn't even sound like you're doing him a favor. It's like you're trying to end his career before it even start rising up than it already was, like with him being the top star of the company. Like it seemed like you were trying to end his career, if not his life, rather than trying to do him a favor. Like, but luckily his career is not over. It's far from there. And yeah, and that's why we're having this match this Saturday, like to see like who's gonna keep their career. And even if one does lose, I still think they are gonna be wrestling for a little while, unless if a freak accident happens. I hope I didn't speak anything over to him, but this is where we got. Yeah, MJ was like, look. This is where he's like, look at me, Dave Garcia. Like, look at me for an example, because like these people used to love me, Daniel. Like, you should know this. And this is where then he added, like, well, fans are boo, like, we did love you, but you actually turned on us because we were still cheering you on. Like, and this is where they start saying like shut the hell up, and what else he said, you turn on us, and they were chanting all that stuff. This is where he's like, well, after drinking his little Pepsi bottle, this is where he's like, it is too little too late, guys. Yeah, it's too little too late, like I said. Like, so let's all keep our mouths shut when the real human being that matters here and is holding the microphone here. And this is where then fans are like, oh, shut up. And this is where then MJF's like, they love me, but when I got too big, like in the top, and like right in the top of the AEW mountain, but just like rats, Danny, like they turned on me, like just because they got sick and tired of me. And he's like, and that's what they're gonna be doing. He's like, and they're gonna do exactly what they're gonna do exactly the same to you, like if you let them in. And he's like, and they don't actually love you, Danny. Like you don't want their affection. Like you don't want to win championship gold just for their impression. Like the more you rise up in the sport, like the more these fickle bastards are gonna hardly wait to watch you fall. And I was like, he might be right on some capacity onto that matter, but at the same time, like that. Like at the same time, I don't think they will get tired of Daniel Garcia winning the championship, and even if they want to see him dethroned, be dethroned by a next star that could potentially win the top prize, they'll be saying it in a respectful way, like when it comes to Daniel Garcia's way. But it's where then we got the fans like, all right, don't listen to him. We're gonna stick by his side through thick and thin as long as you don't turn on us like this scumbag did. This is where then MJF then continued saying, like, I'm gonna do you a favor, Danny. Like, I'm gonna do you a big, big favor this Saturday. Like, your friends, your family, your fans, they're all gonna turn on you. But I'm gonna make sure that they cannot hurt you like the way they did to me. And he's like, and I'm gonna do exactly like that. And then this is where the fans would stop cheering, chanting some insults to him. This is where he got very angry and provoked, and he shouted at him, saying, like, I'm talking. Like, so if you don't like me being here, like, you might as well just leave the whole building and pretend that you didn't even attend this show. And this is where then fans were booing him like, boo. Like, well, we don't hate the show. Like, we hate you. And this is where then MJ's like, I'm going to put you, like, I'm gonna make sure they won't harm you like they did to me. And this is where they won't stop chanting. This is where and you have one more time, or else I will start attacking. This is where the fans started using some non-PG languages by chanting "shut the flub up," and let me tell you, they weren't saying flub. And I was like, yeah, he's like, they're right on that, like, because he is a terrible heel. I'm saying that in a compliment way, like that means it's working, like in kayfabe, like the way he's playing such a pricky heel. But anyway, this is where we got MJF then continue, like, while mucking the fans, he was like, oh, really, you're gonna be doing this to me? And this is where then that's where the MJF's like, now I'm going to protect you by putting you in a wheelchair, Danny. And then this is where I was like, how are you protecting him if you're trying to paralyze his legs or threatening to paralyze him, or a certain body part that's keeping him standing and walk, and that helps him stand and walk? But yeah, this is where then MJF was like, there's that one person on this planet that you can trust, like, and that the mother of yours that you always love to bring up, that's a widow, isn't she? And this is where fans are like, oh, it looks like we got a new young Christian Cage in the form of this bastard ass Salt. And this is where then Daniel Garcia is like, oh, you too? And this is where then And this is where the MJF was like, no, don't use her odds. Like she's a great woman. Like, and this where it's like, and that's why Dave Garcia in this business in the first. That's how like you got in this business in the first place. Like she'll take care of you, like right up in bed. And this is where then MJF, like Lord knows, like you wouldn't be the first man lying on their back in her bed. And this is where then he gave a huge grin when he said that. I was like he really just say that like he's assuming that Daniel Garcia's mother nor Daniel Garcia knows who the father of father is, like of him, and it's where and it's where fans like it's already been like, all right, like you went way too far. Like if we'll stop talking, like we're gonna escort you out of here. Like if we're the what's that, the security guards that don't want the troublemaker and the terrorist like in this arena. And this where like it's already bad enough you said that about Will Ospreay and his relationship with Alex Windsor. Like now you're saying that about his mother, and this where it's like, yeah, that's worse. And this where then MJF's like, and this was then he, I believe, finished off the promo like pissing off Daniel Garcia more by saying like she's happily like attending to. And this is where he dropped the mic. Daniel Garcia heard enough. He went right up on the top of the steel steps. But this is where security guard tried to stop him from getting up there. This is where Daniel Garcia just slams the referee, hits him right hands to the face. This is where then he starts spearing him right to the left side. This is where he gets held back by the security guards. Is where MJF get him the hell out of here. He's like, bye-bye. Like then, bye-bye, Danny. Like, see you this Saturday. This is where Daniel Garcia like, no, I'm not gonna wait until Saturday. This is where he did elbow strike one security guard. This is where he hits a forearm strike right into the other one's face. This is where then we got That's where then Daniel Garcia then went right on to where MJF was located. He went right up on the exact same step. That's where he clotheslines a final security guard, like, and he threw the other one right into the like very top, like right into that wall, like in the left side where MJF was sitting in attendance. That's where then he tried to hit Daniel. I mean, this is where Daniel Garcia tried to hit a right hand on the MJF, but before he can even do so, MJF acted quick and hit him with a glass bottle right into the face where he was drinking his nice, relaxing drink, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if it was wine or whatever it was, but yeah, he knocked right off. This where he took all the whatever remaining glass that was still with him, what's that laying on his shoulder? I mean, his sleeves. He wiped it all off. Is where he left what's that? Daniel Garcia hanging down in a bloody mess. And something just tells me, like, if nothing doesn't follow up, like on this Friday on either Collision or Rampage, I could probably would change my mind about this match. Like, perhaps like we could, considering the statistics, even though I don't follow it much, but the way they're doing is like if they're making Daniel Garcia the underdog in this story, like even though he could win right here, but then again, like maybe like Maxwell will win, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Let me know in the comment section right down below. And this is where then MJF then's like, then Danny, buddy, like I got. Like, yeah, like, can you hear me right down here, Danny? Like, he's like, oh, good. This is where he kneeled down on his right knee. This is where he put his right arm wrapped around Danny's neck, give him like a side hug. This is where he's like, in this life, Danny, they say that every man must go through hell before they reach paradise. And I was like, yeah, no sugar, honey, iced tea on that note, like, genuinely. This is where then he's like, yeah, like you. Okay, yeah, and you refuse to do things like I told you to. Like, and I want to thank you for doing so. Like you literally woke something to me, like something that's been held inside of me deep down for far too long. Like, and while bleeping in and breathing out in an angry manner, he's like, and as a token of my appreciation, like, or my gratitude, he's like, this Saturday.